state that we should always try to chase. I feel that if we have the mindset of, oh, I'll be happy when I achieve this, I'll be happy when I buy that, I'll be happy at this age, then we may never be happy, because there's always something more that we can do for ourselves. There's always things to be unsatisfied about. So, to me, it might be better for our everyday mental health, might be better for our own sakes to try and view happiness as little pockets of joy, that we can find in our everyday lives, little things to spark that little bit of serotonin in us, that we can smile or laugh about, which is what this book goes into. It's basically a book of tons of doodles, of little instances, little everyday scenarios to make us feel that little bit of warmth, a little bit of happiness. So, I'm not saying that we should never want more for ourselves or never want to feel better about our situation. I'm not saying that at all. From my perspective, I know it's easier said than done, but if we can think of happiness as something that is not such a huge, unattainable thing, it just might make our everyday lives a little bit easier, if that makes sense. Yeah, those are my 2 cents. Let's get into the book. Oh, this is by Lisa Swirling and Ralph Lazar. On the front page it says, happiness is ... and my friend has written a little note for me. Thought of you when I found this, for the days when you feel a bit down and need to smile. Happy birthday, love you. Really sweet. And here there's a little preview of what you can expect to find in the book. This one says, fitting everything in your suitcase. That would definitely spark a lot of joy. I've had nightmares a few times about having to pack last minute for trips. And in those dreams I'm just frantically tossing things into my luggage, and for some reason I'm always tossing things that I don't actually need, and I end up forgetting all the important things. So fitting everything in my suitcase, especially on the first try, is definitely something that will make me very happy. Okay, let's just flip through this and see if there's anything. This one, free hotel breakfast. I love hotel breakfasts. I'm not someone who eats breakfast usually, and even when I'm on holiday at a hotel, I would always go for the most boring foods like bread, butter, cereal, and milk. So I'm not sure what it is about a hotel breakfast that's so special, but I cannot wait to have a free hotel breakfast sometime soon. This one is really sweet. It just says simplicity, and I think I'll leave it at that. bumping into an old teacher. This one is debatable, I feel. I think there are one or two teachers that I've had that I would love to meet again in person, that I still keep in touch with, but other than that, I'm sure you guys relate, especially when you are younger. It's hard to think of your teacher as someone who's also human, with their own families, with their own lives, with their own hobbies. So whenever I used to bump into a teacher in public, it just felt really awkward, because it was like seeing someone and someone seeing you out of their usual shell that you're used to. So definitely debatable. I feel like this would be more awkward than happy for me. This one says, being the first one up. Also debatable for me, because I am not a morning person, although I would love to be. I am a huge night owl, because to me, that's when the world is the most quiet. That's when you can just be with yourself and your own thoughts and do whatever you want. And I guess the same applies to morning people when you're the first one up. But then for me, again, there's no buffer, so once you're up, even though you have those couple of hours to yourself, you then have to go on with the rest of your day, whereas at night you still can have those couple hours of sleep time to act as a buffer from today to tomorrow, if that makes sense. I like to think of my days and weeks as months, as chunks of time, but with different buffers in between. So like a Saturday and Sunday is a buffer between each week. But then when I'm really busy at work and I'm working all the time, then to me that's when I think of that whole section of time as a chunk of time together with no buffer, even though there's sleep time in between. Don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's how I kind of visualize it and plan my life, I guess. This one, saying the same thing at the same time. I don't know what it is about that that's so funny and that creates so much serotonin. I have this friend who I speak to every day over text because we enjoy the same K-pop group. So obviously it started with that, and then we also now talk about our daily lives and our anxieties and things like that. But anyway, it's gotten to a point where we would both text each other the exact same joke or exact same thought in the same way at the same time, and it's always really funny. Yeah, so definitely serotonin inducing. This is so cute. If you can see this little doodle. When someone's laugh is funnier than the joke. Yeah, there's always something really wholesome about that as well, when you're just looking at someone's laugh uncontrollably, and then it makes you laugh uncontrollably as well. It's just such a pure, happy moment. This one down here, being unapologetically being someone, I instantly stop because I just feel like I don't want them to see me in my element, even though it shouldn't matter at all. I mean, they don't know who I am, I don't know who they are, we're never gonna meet after these couple of minutes, so why should I care, right? But yeah, definitely a level of confidence that I hope to achieve someday. Let's see what else there is here. Probably going to have to flip through a bit faster. Free mini bottles of shampoo at a hotel. I'm not someone who collects free hotel things because I feel like it's just clutter. Unless you are someone who will use them. But I do like going into the drawers of a hotel room to see what they have on offer. Waking up and realizing you don't have to go into work. Those times are the best when your eyes just shoot open and you can't remember what day it is, and then you suddenly realize that, oh, not a work day, I can go back to sleep. Those are the best. And in contrast, the days when you think it's a Saturday but it's actually a working day are the worst. Staying in on a Friday night. Remember how I talked about buffers? So Friday nights are the best because there's a ton of buffer time before the next week. So yeah, definitely love a good Friday night in. Although I imagine when things start opening up, I would like to be out and about again. I am and always have been an introvert, but yeah, I think it's been too long where we've just been cooped up inside, and it would be nice to have nice dinners, even go out to a club or something to see friends. Watching a kid eat an ice cream cone. I feel like I would feel much more joy if I was the one eating the ice cream. Is that just me? Chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate chip cookies, fresh from the oven. I think anything fresh from the oven just never fails to give you that nice, exciting, warm feeling. But I love chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate in general, so yes, definitely agree. This one. Discovering a great new song. I love moments like that because that is also the start of opening yourself up to a whole new world of the artist and the album and all the other songs that you're going to find. And that is a moment never get back for yourself. The first time discovering something new that you love, yeah. What else is there? This is oddly specific. Laughing so hard that milk comes out of your nose. If any of you have found joy in that, let me know. Doing nothing all day long. I love days like that, but if it's like a buffer day in between a really busy period, then personally I always need to remind myself that it's okay to rest. Otherwise I just get anxious and start preemptively worrying about the things that are to come, which I feel is so counterproductive, because why would you spend time, waste time worrying about something more than you should? Yeah. But once you're in the zone, doing nothing all day long is the best. Let's see, what else is there? Let's see. Watching the trailers, looking forward to the movie. The last film I managed to catch in the cinema was pretty recent, I'm happy to say. I watched Shang-Chi with my colleagues, and we actually did miss all of the ads in the trailers and the first couple minutes of the movie because the queue for the popcorn was so long. It wasn't long actually, we were right in front of the counter, but the woman in front of us took forever. I think she just had a ton of coupons. Yeah, and then before Shang-Chi, the film that I last watched in the cinema was probably Tenet by Christopher Nolan, so that was quite a while back. But I definitely love watching trailers and ads before a movie starts. Just feels like you can be in another world for those couple of hours. This one on top here. Finding the perfect thing to wear. Do you guys ever have like the perfect outfit planned in your head, but then when it comes time to wear it, it's either in the wash or it doesn't make you feel as good as you thought it would? Those are the worst times, but yeah, definitely nice to put something on and have your self-confidence levels just shoot up. Going to see your favorite good experience. You can be free to go wherever you want within the venue. Of course, I think it would be much better to go with someone else who loves the music as much as you do, just for that little bit more company, but you can always make friends there as well. But yeah, going to see your favorite band live is definitely something on the top of my post-COVID bucket list, although that really depends on who's going on tour. Yes. Falling asleep to the sound of rain. Falling asleep, asleep, asleep to the sound of rain. That is always lovely, whether it's for a nap or in the early morning or when you're going to sleep at the normal sleeping time. Falling asleep to rain is always better than not falling asleep to rain. Or always better than falling asleep to no rain. This next one, this will depend on whether you like this activity, but riding a roller coaster. I love roller coasters. I'm afraid of heights, or should I say afraid of falling, but I love a good, thrilling roller coaster. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's find something that hopefully everyone can relate to. Let's see. I feel like a lot of these are so dependent on whether you like it or not. Okay, what about this kind of obscure but maybe relatable one? Sleeping diagonally. I don't have a bed that's big enough for that. I've had a single bed all my life, and except 1 year in uni where I had a huge double bed and I had no idea how to utilize it. I would just curl up next to the wall, because that's, I guess, how I felt comfortable sleeping. But when I figured out that I could actually use the whole bed, that was a whole different experience. So, yeah, that's all that I have for today. Let me know if you enjoyed this, and I hope that it perked your mood up a little bit as well. Until the next video, stay safe and rest well. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon.